Good morning. Wakey, wakey. We'll wait just a couple of minutes, get synced up here. Let everybody join us. Welcome to rainy Texas, where I'm pretty sure it's going to rain for the foreseeable future. Good morning, Rosemary. How are you? Our roads are flooded and getting worse. It's just a mess here. And it's getting cool. So it looks like fall may be arriving. Good morning, y'all. How's everybody doing? I hate to complain because I know people have much worse weather than us, and I'm really, really trying to be thankful for what we have, but my goodness, I'm so tired of this rain. All right, let's get going. I got so much to do today, and I know you do too. Why do Mondays always feel like so much busier and more hectic and more stressful? Good morning, Papa James and Nana Shirley. Fran, you have snow? Oh my word. I don't know. We never get snow this early. We rarely get snow in Texas. Every now and then we get ice. But snow would be beautiful as long as I could just look at it and not have to get out in it, I think. Okay. I told you that we were going to talk today about is there life after Weight Watchers? And this, as always, is just my take on it. This is my opinion. It's nothing more. You are welcome to have a different opinion, and you're welcome to disagree with me. But I'm just going to share with you just a few quick thoughts that I have. Weight Watchers has unveiled their, WW has unveiled their new name, and a few changes. My understanding is, and in case you missed it last week, I do not work for Weight Watchers anymore, so I learn all of this just like you do. But my understanding is, at least for now, the eating plan has not changed. The name of the company changed. I'm looking for my notes. The name of the company changed. The reward system, I believe, is a little bit different. But, anytime there's a change, some of us, more so than others, but many of us tend to not adapt well to change. And sometimes I think the older we get, the harder it is for us to accept change. But what I want to talk to you about today, and mostly this came about because I saw a post, I believe it's sometime over the weekend, about the introduction to the new model at a meeting where some folks got really upset, and I think maybe one or two even walked out. And there was quite a long discussion in our Facebook group about how you are adjusting to the changes that they've introduced so far. And this comes about, our group has been in existence not quite 2 years. It won't be 2 years until February 1st. But in that 2 years, we've seen some changes. Some we handled well, and some we didn't. But I want to talk to you about those this morning, and I want you to talk back to me. And I'm trying really hard to watch your comments as they come up, and I'll try to respond and include some of your thoughts too. But I think we have to start first with looking at what is Weight Watchers to you? What is it to me? Now, WW is a corporation. It's a for-profit corporation. They have a board of directors, they have shareholders, they have employees. So yes, they're all about making money. All for-profit corporations are about making money. They have to answer to their shareholders about the value of their stock. So of course, they're going to do things and implement plans that will make them more profitable. And if we kid ourselves into believing that they aren't about making a profit, then we're not being very wise. All corporations are about making money. Of course they are. And there's nothing wrong with that. Their business model is a health and wellness business model. So they're going to be more successful if you are more successful. But bottom line is they are a for-profit corporation, so we can just put that to rest. And so there's no reason for us to complain about them trying to make money. Of course they're going to try to make money. That's how they stay in business. But back to my question. What is Weight Watchers to you? Weight Watchers to me is the tools that I've been given over the years, the information that Weight Watchers has shared with me, and the ability that they have taught me to take control of my weight and my health. I've been with Weight Watchers, I don't even want to tell you how many years, but I've seen, and I know some of you have too, I've seen Freestyle, I've seen Smart Points, I've seen Points Plus, I've seen the slide rule kind of track measuring. Y'all remember that? It was like the little pocket guide, and you slid, you know, to line up the protein and the, anyway, it goes way back. So I've seen lots of changes. But what Weight Watchers has given me and taught me is that my weight and my health doesn't depend on the corporation, the leader, or even what the name of the plan is, or the model of the food plan that they, Momentum, yeah, that they have in place currently. Because more than likely, that plan is going to change again. Do I know that for a fact? No one has told me that, but it changes periodically, usually every couple of years. It changes to keep up with current science. So regardless of what it's called, it's given me the tools that I need to feel like I'm in control of my weight and overall my health. So I don't really care what they call it. I don't really care whether it's points, whether it's high protein, whether it's low carb, whether it's calories. It makes no difference to me. I'm in control, not Weight Watchers. Weight Watchers is just another tool for me. If it is a diet mentality to you, then diet mentality to me has a starting date and it has an ending date. Because diets to me say, I'm going to follow this particular plan the way it's written until this particular date when I want to have lost 25 pounds. Okay, that was the old diet mentality that I lived with for so many years. I don't do that anymore. Yes, I want to lose 7 pounds by Thanksgiving, but that's just a challenge for me, and hopefully a challenge for you to join me. But it's not a diet, it's my lifestyle. And that's one thing Weight Watchers has taught me. But that's just a tool. Weight Watchers to me also is support. It's the group, the family that we have here. Many people find that support on Connect, which is Weight Watchers' social media site. Many people have the support group from their meeting, the folks that they see every week. And those are invaluable tools. Wherever you get your support and whomever you get your support from, your accountability partners, that's so much more important to me than whatever tweaks and changes the corporation may decide to make to the plan. I can adapt, I can adjust, I can choose all of the little tweaks and changes that may come along, but my support group is my foundation. That's what's not going to shake and change. The foundation of our home is solid, hopefully, and it doesn't move every time the wind blows. It doesn't move with the changes of the season. It's solid. It's secure. So if you have that secure support group, again, whether it's in our group, whether it's on Connect, whether it's your Weight Watchers group, as long as you have a secure foundation, you can weather whatever changes may come along. It's also, to me, Weight Watchers is my lifestyle. It doesn't matter to me whether it's Simply Filling or Points Plus or Smart Points. You figure out which one works best for you to maintain it for life. If counting points works for you, then for heaven's sake, count points. If counting calories works for you, count calories. But whatever you do, make it something that you can do for life, because that's how you're going to sustain your healthy weight for life. Suppose you're one of those people that say, I'm not really enjoying the new model that Weight Watchers has rolled out, and I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to keep paying them my money. I'm not going to keep going to the meetings. Okay, that's your right. There's no rule that says you have to do that, and you certainly have the right to choose whether you want to continue to spend your money every week doing that. My question for you is a very, very important one, and I want you to think long and hard about this. Should you decide that you don't want to be a paying Weight Watchers member anymore, this is what you need to answer. Then what? As long as you have a plan in place, and as long as your foundation is rock solid and stable, then my answer to you is okay. Then don't continue paying Weight Watchers, but you have to have a plan in place. Use those tools that Weight Watchers has taught you while you were a member. But when we get into trouble, and I've been there more than once, more than a dozen times, is when we get frustrated and we walk away from Weight Watchers and we don't have a plan. That's when we start floundering, and that's when we start falling, and that's when we start gaining. So assume you're frustrated with Weight Watchers. Okay, no problem. It's your money. If you're not happy with the product, I don't think that's any different than if you weren't happy with something you bought at Costco, then don't go back and buy it again. If you're not happy with Weight Watchers, if it's not working for you, then, and I know some of you will not agree with me on this, and that's okay. You don't have to. I still love you anyway. If you're not happy with Weight Watchers and you don't believe in the company, then I don't blame you for not wanting to continue spending your money. What I encourage you to do, though, is make sure that you're not leaving just because you're not really excited about the change and you haven't given it time. Getting mad and throwing in the towel and walking away without a plan in place for your success is only setting you up for failure. It's not hurting the company. Your 40 or 50 or however much you pay a month is not, in the grand scheme of things, going to bankrupt Weight Watchers, but it could bankrupt you. So just be careful before you make that decision. Don't make it on the spur of the moment. Don't make it in the heat of the moment or in a moment of anger or frustration. Give it time. If after a month or 6 weeks you still aren't liking it and you still don't think it's a good idea and it's still not working for you, okay, then you've given it time and you've tried, but have a plan. Don't make the change without your backup plan solidly in place. And definitely don't do it by walking away from your foundation, your support group. I think the support group, in my opinion, is more important than whatever the current Weight Watchers plan is. Okay, then what? We've discussed that. Here's the big one. We're all different. We're all created different. We all look different. We all talk different. We respond differently to different plans, different programs. Some of us deal well with stress. Some of us don't. So when you see someone or you hear someone at your Weight Watchers meeting or on our group or on Connect who's doing their plan a little bit different than maybe it's the current written plan, or maybe they're doing it a little bit different than even your plan, it doesn't mean they're wrong. It doesn't mean they're wrong just because they're doing it different. A diabetic can't eat as much fruit as I can eat. Does that mean I'm right and they're wrong? No. It means they're working the plan the best way they have found to fit their body and their health and their response. Some of us are more aware of our calories than others. Does that mean that I'm not doing Weight Watchers because I'm counting my calories? No, it just means I'm doing it a little different than someone who isn't looking at their calories. I go back to my first point. What Weight Watchers is to me is the tools I need and the knowledge I need to be in control of my daily healthy lifestyle. So we have members in our little family here who are still doing Points Plus. We have members who are doing Freestyle. We have members who are going to continue to do Simply Filling, even if Simply Filling goes away. In my opinion, that doesn't mean that they're not a good Weight Watcher or that they're not a good Weight Watchers member. It just means that their daily lifestyle looks a little bit different than my daily lifestyle. My job is to support them in their lifestyle, not mine. So please keep that in mind when somebody posts a question or a comment or a recipe. If it looks different than what you're doing, don't be so quick to say, you're not doing that right, and that's not how Weight Watchers is doing it, and those aren't the right points. Maybe they're not what you're doing, but maybe it's perfect Weight Watchers for them. I'm going to use dear friends of mine for an example, and I know they'll understand. Nana Shirley doesn't do freestyle. She posts recipes frequently and pictures of some of the most amazing food I've seen, and I've used many of them, and I know many of you have too. Nana Shirley is doing what works for her, and she's doing it well, and she's lost a lot of weight, and she's continuing to lose. But her Weight Watchers doesn't look like yours. It doesn't look like mine, but that doesn't make it wrong. If I've learned anything from my tour of duty with Weight Watchers, it's to listen to my body, do what my body responds to, and do it in a way that I will continue to do it for the rest of my life in order to stay healthy. So it may not, currently, I'm paying more attention to my calorie intake than I am my points intake, because I discovered for me that I was eating within my point allotment for the day, but I was eating more calories than I needed in a day to sustain weight loss. So I had to flip and look at outside of points. I had to look at calories. Am I encouraging you to do that? Not necessarily. If you're finding that you're similar to me, that you're eating a lot of 0 point food, but you're gaining weight, then what does it hurt for you to look at your calories and see, am I going way over on how many calories I need in a day? That's just knowledge. That's not anti-Weight Watchers. I think Weight Watchers intended for us to be knowledgeable about our nutrition and our health. And I appreciate that about Weight Watchers. So it doesn't bother me for somebody to say, I'm looking at calories, I'm not looking at points. That's you. I've said it before and I'll say it again. You do you and I'll do me. And that doesn't make me wrong and you right. And it just makes us people going about life doing what works best for us. But just because I'm counting calories doesn't mean I can't support you in your doing points. We can still be friends. We can still be sojourners together on this journey. And I can still be one of your biggest cheerleaders. And I hope you'll be one of mine. You do you, I'll do me, but we'll all do it together. And that makes us, it's going to sound really corny, but we are really Weight Watchers because we're watching our weight and we're doing it together. May look different, but we're still doing it together. So let's be supportive of one another, even though our journeys may look a little different. Deal? Deal. All right. So I didn't post pictures of my meals yesterday because I completely forgot. I was out running all day long and didn't get home until late, but I will get back to doing that today. And I've enjoyed seeing some of yours. I know some of you, and I think a lot of you, are doing the Thanksgiving Day accountability challenge with me. And I know challenges aren't for everyone, but many of us enjoy those. It helps pass the time. It kind of helps hold us accountable to one another. So if it's not your deal, then just ignore us. If it is, I love having you along for accountability with me. So I'll get back to posting pictures of my meals. I know they're pretty boring sometimes, but maybe I'll inspire you once and you inspire me once, and all together we'll inspire each other. Okay, I'm going to look at your comments for just a minute and hopefully address some of those, and then I'm going to let you go for the day, and let's make this a successful day, however it looks to you. Let's make it successful. Let's see here. Kathy says, you're stating this so beautifully. Wonder how many people who quit are using this issue as an excuse to, you know, there are people that will use it as an excuse, and I know that because I did many, many, many times. But there are many people who have chosen to leave Weight Watchers or will choose to leave Weight Watchers, and they're not quitting. So I don't want us to assume automatically that just because someone opts to not be a paying member of Weight Watchers anymore, that they're throwing in the towel. And if they are, then I hope that by us being supportive of them, we can keep them from throwing in the big towel. We may not be able to keep them a paid Weight Watchers member, but hopefully we can keep them on the health and fitness track until they decide what they're going to do next. Can I still see you on here without being a member? Absolutely. We have always from day one welcomed people who are or are not a Weight Watchers member. We have no way of verifying whether you are or not, and so frankly we don't care. Most of us are, and so most of our recipes and meal ideas that we share will be Weight Watchers friendly, but we don't really care what you're doing. We just want you to be healthy and come along with us on this journey, and let's encourage each other. I truly believe that the world would be a better place if we could get out of the mindset that it's us versus them. Whether that's Weight Watchers, politics, race, I don't care. It's not you versus me. It's not, I'm having a really bad hair day. Sorry, squirrel. It's not us versus them. Some of us are going to do things differently than others, but we can still support each other, and we can still encourage each other, and we can still be friends, and we can still be allies. I think the world would be a much better place if we could get out of that mindset. That's just my opinion. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. The sirens are going off here, and it's just horrible weather, but I love you too, sister girl. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week. I hope you have a successful, and I hope that you are an encouragement to someone regardless of what their choice is. You do you, I'll do me, but let's do it together. All right? All right, have a wonderful week. Make someone smile. It will make your day better, and I'll get back to posting pictures of my meals, and I encourage you to do the same because I'd like to see what you're eating too. I think that's it. I'll try to answer any questions as the day goes on, and other than that, I'll see you on the board. Bye-bye.